I hate when it says it's preparing to go live. Like, just put me on. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys can see me. Hello, hello, everyone. Valerie Walton here, coming to you live from the suburbs of Washington, D.C. Very, very excited to be back once again. I hope you guys enjoyed your long weekend break that I gave you. Because I wasn't here. I was enjoying my 1 year anniversary with my now husband, but it was the anniversary of when we first, made things official and got together as a couple, right? Who knew 4 months later we'd be married, but definitely had a great time. Anyway, wanted to talk to you today about network marketing, right? And just a home-based business in general. And this money block that is keeping you from being successful, because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the ease at which you can start the business. Maybe it's the low investment to start a home business. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of times people do not take it as seriously as they should. And it causes, I don't know if it causes the blocks or if the blocks cause that. Hold on a sec. Just seems like a lot of times people. Okay, I just wanted to make sure you guys can hear me. So I don't even know where to begin with this, because I I I had this money block to a certain extent. So I am going to share with you, what I went through. But, this whole idea that starting a home business should be free, or people should want to just help you just because, to me, is absolutely ridiculous now that I'm thinking about it. Now, looking back, I never expected people to just give it to me for free, but I wanted it to fit the price tag that I wanted it to be. Okay. So I was the type of person that would do the trial offers for stuff just for the trial period. And then I would jump back out and be like, all right, y'all ain't getting me. You're not getting my money. And I did not realize at that time how big of a money block that is. And you cannot expect to earn money in your business if you think like that. Okay. And I have some notes about it that I have to get up and get because I got the wrong phone with me and I'm live. So what can I do? I got to get up. Hold on. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. And I'm bumping into stuff. I'm like, gosh. Okay. Sorry about that. Um, First, let me share with you what this was inspired from. I saw a friend of mine on Facebook who put out a very controversial post that she knew was going to be controversial, that I knew was controversial just from reading the first sentence, and that I think people who know her got what she was saying, but people that don't know her very well, who have this money block, I feel like this uh, accidentally enabled them to keep thinking in this way and keep having this block. Okay. So I'm not revealing who it is or anything like that, but I am going to share with you some of the stuff that she said, because I like, uh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate, because I look at some of the people who like this post, and these are the people who never want to pay for anything. They are not willing to invest in themselves. They're always begging. They want attention, right? They want you to help them, but they're not even willing to help themselves. And it makes it really difficult for a person to help you when you're not going to help yourself. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So the money block, again, it's expecting something for nothing. It's expecting people to want your success more than you want it for yourself. It's this feeling of entitlement that you should get what you want just because you want it so bad, and not out of doing anything where you'd be willing to do any work, right? So here's the post. Okay. So it says, long overdue rant. I'll never understand or support the network marketing leaders and companies who host overpriced events when the masses can't afford it. It's 100% wrong. I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't think, first of all, I never got why any network marketing leaders would do these hotel meetings and charge you, the person who's in the business, the person that's on their team, charge you to attend. And yet they expect you to attend every week. And then when you look around the room, you see how many people and they're charging, $10, $15 a pop. And the guest you bring gets to come for free. That's stupid to me. I'm gonna just lay it all out there, child. I just think it's dumb, right? Because you're figuring, well, I'm more likely than not, I'm not going to make any money off of a lot of these team members because they're not going to put in the work. So I'm just going to make money off the back end by, bringing them to these meetings and training them. And there is no training. Every week it's the same thing. It's a presentation for your guest. But if you don't bring a guest, why the hell are you there? Or the pressure from your upline asking you, hey, what's your goal for this week? And I'm going to hold you accountable and all of that. And you're like, I don't even know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Because what I'm coming to is not a training. It's just a presentation every week. Why am I here? Like, that kind of stuff really annoys me. I don't know about you, but let me know if it annoys you too. Put it in the comments, okay? So anyway, she goes on. She says, not only that, to actually host events with these business partners who are struggling to build their business, and you're convincing them to spend even more money to attend an event to help them grow their business. Where's the integrity? So why not host a free phone call or a free Zoom to help your team or company? What's happening at the event couldn't happen online, especially during a time where jobs are in jeopardy and people are still getting COVID at large events. Why are these companies charging for business secrets if it's truly about changing lives? If it's truly people over profits? Y'all can play blind or turn a deaf ear. I'm not. This is why there's such a bad taste in people's mouths about network marketing. Some leaders just take, filling their pockets, not caring about their downlines. Why would a company charge hundreds of dollars for an event when the people who need to be there aren't earning hundreds of dollars yet? You can expect the top leaders to be there, but they're not the ones who need the help if they're already getting paid. If you host a business event or conference, it's 100% tax deductible. So eat the cost and help people and stop lying about helping people because this is not it. Or just be honest and say you're having money problems. People stressing to come up with funds because they don't want to be left out or be judged because they won't be there. That's sick. Too many companies out here doing this, but just know not all are the same. Most venues will negotiate group rates, even if you're not a travel agent. So why in the world are people being charged full price to attend a business event? Rant over, let me order another cocktail. So I get what she's saying in terms of things being overly priced, but to give things away for free because people are struggling is a terrible mindset to have as a leader. And it's a terrible thing to put out there to folks that are struggling. People think they're struggling because of their situation. They don't realize they are in the situation because they have a struggle mindset. And it's so hard to explain to somebody that is right there in the middle of it, because I was one of those people right there in the middle of it. And people were telling me the importance of focusing on my mindset and how that was the most important thing to earning money. And I did not get it at first. And so it's like, I get what she's saying, to overcharge for stuff or to, stuff your pockets, and it's unfair. However, in the same breath, she herself has said she's not doing stuff for free, right? She helps her team, but she doesn't want her time wasted. She doesn't want her money wasted. She's not letting any and everybody onto her team, even though they may need the help so badly and they need money too. But just a week or two before, she was talking about how she turned somebody down from being in her business because of their bad attitude. Well, this is also a bad attitude to have, for you to think that, people should be making money. People should be not charging money, right? Because I'm someone who is going to charge you money. You want to be able to have success. you're going to have to pay money for that, no matter what it is that you do. And again, when it comes, I don't understand, when it comes to home business, when it comes to network marketing, all of a sudden we're supposed to turn into charity cases. But F that. No, I'm not doing that. Because see, when you want to go and learn some skills to make money at college, you're not begging them to give it to you for free. You find a way. You will either go and work to pay your tuition and buy your books, or you will have saved up money, or your parents will have saved up money. No argument there. Or you'll go and get some loans knowing you ain't going to be able to pay them back, right? And yet people will do that. They'll do it. And even with this struggle with the whole pandemic and all of that, things were postponed. But trust and believe, they ain't going to waive that. They're not going to just waive the fact that you owe them for them imparting their knowledge and expertise onto you. And a mindset that we should have out here is that we need to pay for the things that are valuable to us. And if you're valuable to your own self, why aren't you investing in yourself? See, that's the problem. People are looking at it like, why do I have to pay for this? You don't realize when you're going and getting this training, when you're going to these events that actually train you, not these rah-rah, sis, boom, bah, pep rallies. I'm not talking about those, but the ones that actually teach you something, you should be paying for that. And if you don't know what the hell you're doing, yeah, you more than anybody need to be there. I didn't sit there and whine and complain when I didn't have the money to go to my first major event, right? I went to an event for a network marketing company that sucked. They didn't teach me shit. Okay, they didn't teach me a damn thing. All they did was the rah-rah, sis, boom, bah. Oh, I did it. You can do it too. But they didn't tell me what they did, right? So that was annoying, confusing, frustrating, right? But when I went to an event that actually taught me something, it was so worth it. There was something about it. I don't know what it was, the energy, the vibe, whatever you want to call it. But there was something every time they announced that this event was coming up that just compelled me to want to go. I was just like, I must be there. I must be there. And even though I didn't have the money, I came up with the money. Best investment ever, because I went there just barely able to afford going there. I really wasn't able to afford going there because I didn't have enough to stay. I didn't have enough for a hotel room. I had to bunk with somebody. But I learned everything that I needed to learn from there. And I'm glad I had to pay for it because it reminded me of how valuable it was, how important it was for me to get straight home and go implement all of it immediately. See, when stuff is free, people don't place much value on it. So they're like, oh yeah, I took all these notes. And then they go home and what do? They fall right back in to that same pattern of thinking, those same patterns of beliefs that have kept them stuck and broke all this time. So that really, like, it really bothers me that we're like sitting here talking about that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't enable folks. I'm sorry. That's not what I do. I'm not going to sit here and agree that you are weak and helpless and that your circumstances are more powerful than you are. I'm not the one. I'm not the channel for that. Go find somebody else for that. But if you are somebody who knows deep down inside that there's something within you, there is something about you that you know that you deserve to have a better life than what you do right now. Not that you're complaining about your life, not that you're ungrateful to God that you exist, but the fact that you know that He has more planned for you and you are ready to receive it. If you live that kind of life, right? If that's the thoughts that you're starting to think, I'm here to help you tap into that power. I'm here to show you how strong you are. I'm here to show you how capable you are. I'm here to show you how to get resourceful and figure this mess out. Not sit here and complain, oh my God, I can't afford it. I don't have any money. Stop doing that. Figure it out. And we are so used, so many of us, especially people like me, people that look like me, especially, people will look at you and assume that you're just here for handouts, that you don't really work, you're lazy, right? And you probably want to live off the government, or you want to live off of somebody just giving everything to you, not realizing that our heritage comes from a line of people who had to learn how to survive. Comes from a line of people who had to learn how to get what they needed, right? How to use their strength, their intelligence, to have to play dumb sometimes. It was against the law for us to have to be able to learn how to read or write. Penalty was death. And here we are today, right? We've got amazing accomplishments under our belt. So don't sit here and tell me that you just stuck, black and broke. Don't just sit here and tell me that you can't do something, because you can. And so I get where she was trying to go with the message, but again, it's ridiculous to assume that people should get everything handed over to them. If you feel like you worked hard, why wouldn't you expect that out of somebody else? Now, see, I don't claim to work hard. I claim to work smart. I show you how to tap into the intelligence that you already have. Tap into your resourcefulness. Tap into the strongest part of your mindset so that you know where to uproot the stuff that keeps you weak. You know what I mean? Like, child, no, honey. I don't teach that. Right. And again, I find that typically when leaders say stuff like this, it's a complete turnaround to what they said in the beginning. It's a complete turnaround to what they just said the other week. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do that? So anyway, like I said, I have a feeling that she meant it to say, you know, these folks that are on your team, give them a bit of a break, right? That we shouldn't be overcharging people for stuff, right? Or taking advantage monetarily of things, of certain situations. I get that. I would never want to take advantage or be deceitful or manipulative in a case where somebody's going through a rough time. However, I'm not going to sit there and just watch you go through a rough time and pat you on the back and say, oh, you poor baby, you're going through a rough time. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. You going through a rough time? Well, do you want to get out of the rough time? All right, let's go. Get your up. Get up. You're stronger than this. Get up. You don't have the money for it? Figure it out. There's ways to work around it. There's ways to bust through it. There's ways to get over it. Let's go. That's typically me. Okay. So let me see, because there was a contrasting post that another leader had put out that when you see them, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is why it's so difficult for people to know who to trust and who to follow online, because you got amazing leaders that will say two totally different things and you like and respect both of them. And it's like, well, what do I do? You know? So let me see if I can find this other one. I know this one was in my memories. I think getting. I don't know how far back the memories go. Oh, they talking specifically for this day. They ain't even, yeah. Okay. I can't look up a memory from another day. No? Oh, okay. So let me see if I can find this person real quick. They used to let you search for stuff by dates and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if they let you do that anymore. Um, yeah, I think this was a memory from like yesterday or whatever. But this leader was talking about how, you know, he had like this copywriter who could easily charge $10,000 to $20,000 per funnel page, right? and this person was willing to work with the leader, help this leader out for free. And the leader insisted on, well, he's now a leader, but back then he was getting started. He was like, he insisted on paying the person. There was a coach who reached out to him and said that they'd be willing to help him. He said, no, I insist on paying for that. How much is it going to be for the coaching? And the coaching was about $100,000. They made arrangements for him to pay that coach the $100,000, you know, and he was talking about the importance of respecting money, respecting people's worth, because if you don't respect other people's worth, why do you expect that in return? Why do you expect people to respect your work? Right? Why do you expect people to pay you and you don't ever want to pay nobody nothing? You know? So, I mean, such an important topic to really think about and ponder over. And again, nothing against either one of those leaders, because I love and respect both of them very much. And honestly, not really trying to say any names anyway. Well, at least one of them is a bigger leader than I am, you know, whatever. But what do you think about when you're thinking about, you know, earning money online, building your business? Do you really see it as a business that could change your life? Or do you just like the idea of it? Right? Because again, anything else that's worth it to us, we'll pay the money easy. People will pay $200 for shoes, but they won't pay a $200 ticket to go to an event. And then they're sitting there talking about see, you shouldn't be charging us for this. Well, Nike didn't lower their prices just because there was a pandemic, and yet you still paying that damn money. Apple didn't lower their prices because there was a pandemic, and you still paying that money for that new iPhone. And somehow, some way, you can come up with the money for that, which tells me if you're willing to do that, but you're not willing to invest in yourself, you're telling me that that iPhone is more valuable than you, than your human life, than your future, than your family. And a person might say, oh, no, that's not the case. That's not true. It's just that this is, you know, this is something I'm going to need. Well, you need to be, you need you, right? You need to be able to exist on this planet in a way that's going to be beneficial for yourself. It's going to be beneficial for the people that are around you, right? Why would you be willing to put in, you know, almost $1,000 or more even into a phone, but not willing to invest a few $100s into yourself? I've seen people, you know, where they get offered coaching or they get offered some kind of a package of services or whatever for under $2,000 that has been proven to help people grow their business, proven to do it. And they're still like, oh, no, I don't think I want to do that. What? It's insanity. It is insane. And again, for the person who might be watching me right now thinking, well, I am that person. I'm the person that wants the stuff for free. And Val, I don't understand. Like, why are you harping on me? Why are you picking at me? I'm not picking. Again, like I said, I went through that in the very beginning. In the very beginning of my business, I was like, I don't really want to pay for stuff because I don't even know how this stuff works. And then I realized, I thought about all the money that I invested into myself when I decided to become a hairstylist, when I decided to start a salon. That money, just to go to cosmetology school, right, was way more money. It was 10 times more money than it was for me to start my home business and get the skills I needed for that. So when you think about it like that, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense for me to go ahead and invest in myself. And if you find yourself going through the cycle of, well, that's why I can't buy the ticket to learn how to make money because I don't have the money. I get that too. And again, this is where you have to break that habit of how you already think now and start to change your mindset. And I know it sounds very woo-saw, very woo-woo, you know, out in the clouds, but I'm telling you, this is so true that you are more than just your physical self. You are more than just this body. You are someone who has energy. You are a vibration, and everything around you has a vibration. including money. And you have to elevate yourself, your way of thinking, your vibration to that if you want to match it and start attracting it to you. Because the thing about money is there is no shortage. There's no shortage whatsoever. The fact that you don't see money in front of you does not mean it's not floating all over the place. And can you imagine that? Can you imagine having a person standing in the middle of the very thing that they say that they want, and it's surrounding them and they don't see it? And that's typically your average person with money. Your average person with money doesn't believe that they should have the money. They want it real bad, but they don't think that they're worthy of it. And that's why they don't have it. It has nothing to do with how bad you want it. You're never going to get what you want just because you want it badly. You get what you want when you start believing you can actually have it, because then your thoughts start to change, and which causes your actions to start to change. And when your actions start to change, the outcome, the results start to change. So if you're in a position now where you find yourself constantly broke, I hate to say that word, or you find yourself constantly in this situation where you run out of cash, right? Or every time you think you're getting ahead, a financial problem pops up once again, right? Something unexpected happens, right? Still happens to me. Unexpected things still happen to me. And so I get it, right? But like, when that happens, what are you thinking? Because your thoughts are going to cause you to feel certain emotions, and then your emotions are going to cause you to keep thinking the same things that keep producing that emotion. And that emotion keeps you thinking about the same thing, that then the thinking keeps you producing that emotion. So for example, when a person is really sad and depressed, it's really difficult for them to start thinking happy stuff because they don't feel it, right? They feel sad. And based on that feeling of sadness, they just keep thinking about more sad things. And then those sad things produce more sad emotions. And it just gets worse and worse and worse until this person makes the choice to snap out of it. This person makes the choice to shift their focus onto something better. And it's the same thing for, like, if you're scared, right? We've seen kids jump up out of bed, run into mom's room, mom and dad's room, and say, oh my God, I'm nightmare. Oh, there's monsters under my bed. Oh. That fear in that moment, as irrational and illogical as it might seem to you as the parent, that child is still stuck in a trauma. And in order for this child to allow this fear to be released out of their mind so that they can calm back down and become logical again, we have to get them focused on something outside of their fear, something bigger and better for them that serves them. And it's the same thing for us even now as adults. If you're feeling fears, you're feeling anxieties, you're feeling pain from your money situation, well, we can't keep harping on the money situation. And that's the problem, you know, when it comes to that post. We can't blame the people who want to help you. Why would you even do that? I get blaming the folks that want to take advantage of this, right? They want to take advantage of people's pains and struggles and problems. Yeah, I don't like that. But when it comes to the people that want to help you, please give them what they deserve, what they're worth, because they got families too. They deserve to eat too. And just because they making more than you or they're more successful than you, what you bashing them about that for? They're not any different from you, except for the fact that they made their decision sooner than you did to turn things around. That's it. You could be just as successful as them, if not more successful, once you make the decision for yourself too. And that is something that I had to learn. That saying about you cannot become that which you despise, you can't. If you despise people that have money, if you despise people that are doing well, you can't become that. It's going to be really difficult. That negative energy mess, child, listen, that's not going to last. Can somebody with a negative mindset, I don't know, luck out and have something amazing happen to them? Sure, absolutely. I believe all possibilities exist. Okay. So sure, they could, But is it going to last? No. Right. And I don't like to talk to people about just success, just any kind of success, because there is such a thing as good success and bad success. Right. That bad success is the kind where you don't even know how you got it, or you had to step on people to get it, or do something compromising to your character. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about doing this in a way that is soul satisfying, doing this in a way that is fulfilling to you, that actually is something that you're proud of. To be in the home-based business, be in that profession should be something that you're proud of. And if you're feeling guilty or shameful about what you do, it's time to think about what you're doing. Why are you doing it? And where do we need to make a shift? I had somebody just today, I had a coaching client tell me that she wanted to, she was trying to find a way to fit into the right target audience. And I was like, that's backwards, right? You should not be trying to fit in or become something that you're not just to be able to earn money in your business. You should be able to be 100% authentically yourself, someone who is about positivity, someone who is about serving others and helping people and showing a little bit more of your altruistic side. Somebody like that will attract more people to them. When you stop worrying about yourself and how fast am I going to make a commission, when you stop doing that and you start focusing on, you know what, I'm going to be a blessing. I'm going to start helping other people because that in turn will help myself as well, right? It's a byproduct. The money's a byproduct. Everybody thinks the money's the end result. The money's not. That comes along with your end result. The end result is you taking your little space in the world and making it better. When people encounter you, when people are around you, that when they leave you, they feel a little bit better about themselves as a human being. And it's so cool when you're doing that as an entrepreneur, because not only does the person feel better about themselves when they leave you, but they have something from you, whether it was a service, a product, something. They have something from you that made them realize just how valuable they are as a human being. Valuable enough to get their problem solved, which is what you just did for them. That's so important. So please, if you're having this money block of you expect everything to be free, you expect everything to be on a trial, you expect everything to be $1, $10, $20. Oh my God, why is that ticket $200? Think about what it is that you want and how fair it is for you to want to suck somebody dry, right? That there's no fair and even exchange. And think about whether or not you would want that done to you, right? Think about whether or not you would want somebody to come up to you and say, I don't want to pay you a damn thing for your knowledge, your expertise, your hard work. I don't want to pay you anything, but give me everything you got. That's robbery. We don't want to go around robbing people. We're not about that life. The enemy comes to kill and steal and destroy. That ain't you. You're here to live life and live life more abundantly. And if that's what you want to do, then you're going to have to recognize that everybody that you're around, you should be contributing to helping them have a more abundant life too. When you start putting that out there, you start getting it back yourself because you're setting the example. You're setting the example. Hey, this is how to treat me. When you see value in me, you pay me what I'm worth. When I see value in you, I pay you what you're worth. That's why it's the circulation of money. The circulation of money. It's got to keep moving around. It can't become stagnant. And you can't be the only one to get something good out of the deal every single time. So I don't know, maybe think back to, all of the memories that you have about money, certain situations, certain encounters that you've had with money, and write down each and every one of them, every memory that you've ever had about money, write it down and think about how those memories have affected you. Were you a kid who used to always want something out the store and your mom always told you, no, you can't have it because we can't afford it? And now you feel like there's something wrong with you or you're ashamed, right? What is it? What is it? Have you looked around and the only example of somebody with a lot of money is somebody who has a bad attitude? And so even though you want money because you know money is a great resource, it's the one and only resource that will help you get all the other resources in your life. So you know that you want it and you know that you need it, but you don't want to become that bad guy. You don't want to do that. So now your conscious mind and your subconscious mind is fighting each other. And if you don't believe in all of that, look, let me tell you something. Do you tell yourself to blink every time you blink? Do you tell yourself to breathe in and breathe out every time you do that? Do you tell your heart to beat? No. Well, who tells your heart to do that? Who tells your eyes to blink? Who tells your lungs to breathe in and breathe out? Right? That is your subconscious mind working. So you have one. You have one. That's how all the stuff that works in your body on autopilot works. Your brain is still functioning. You're still breathing. You know, your heart's still beating while you're asleep. When you're completely unconscious, your conscious mind has turned off because it needs to be recharged, re-energized. Your body needs to be. But when it comes to your soul, your subconscious mind, that's working 24/7. And so if they're at battle with one another, you're going to have problems. And this is why most people are having issues, especially when we're talking about home-based business and we're talking about, you know, having this money block of wanting things to be just handed over to you and given to you for free. I want the business secrets, but I don't want to pay for it. You never go to the doctor and say, I want the surgery, but I don't want to pay. I want the medicine at the pharmacy, but I don't want to pay. Somebody is always paying for it, even if you think you're getting it for free, just in case somebody wanted to argue me down about that. Right? But you know, it's always getting paid for. It's always being paid for. And I'm going to even take it another step further. I mentioned a Christian principle a little while ago, right? The fact that we are not here to just take from people. That's robbery. And we're not here to kill and steal and destroy. We are here to live a life, an abundant life, right? Now, in the same token, our own salvation came at a cost. Somebody had to pay for that. So please, if we're building a business where we expect great things to come from it, including being able to set a wonderful example for our children, to show them anything is possible, to be able to show the world an example of what real network marketing and real home business looks like, where it's actually giving to people, right? This is not scammy Tammy, but you are actually providing people with solutions to their problems, which makes life better for them. And now they can live a better life, a more abundant life too, a healthier life, that shalom, the peace, the health, the wealth, every good thing. If that's what you want for yourself out of your life, why would we expect for somebody to just give us this stuff at no cost? We should want to give. We should want, right? We're the ones that are supposed to have this open, generous heart. We should want to thank a person for the things that they do, and not just with empty words. You know what I mean? So for me, no, I don't want everything for free. I really don't, because I want to be able to show my appreciation. This is why we tip with cash. You know what you get what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy. It is so crazy for people to just, and it's hard when you have folks that are like, yeah, you should just give it out for free. No, we should not. Me personally, I think that's the biggest mistake ever. And like I said, I had some notes. Oh Lord, my phone's about to die. I should have read these first. That is crazy. Yeah. So just some thoughts that I had written down. Why isn't it free? Because nothing worth anything is free. Nothing worth having is free. Your freedom isn't free. Your health isn't free. Your salvation isn't free. Your marriage isn't free. Your children weren't free. Your business isn't free. Your happiness isn't free. All of these things require something of you. And even if you yourself didn't pay the price, someone did. And your ungrateful behind doesn't want to show any appreciation. So you don't pay, you don't do the work, and you believe it's okay to just waste, right? Yes, that's a you problem. And if you want to fix it, get your mindset together first, and then go back and get help for your skills and your business. Don't expect people to keep giving you a break or handouts or freebies. Why are they investing more into you than you? If you don't, if you aren't thinking that you're valuable, don't expect anyone else to think so. And certainly don't expect them to give and give and give, and you never give. That's entitlement, and that will kill you. So why aren't events free? Because you need to put some effing skin in the game. College ain't free, med school ain't free, law school ain't free, and yet no one complains. But when it's a business, people turn into crybabies and they whine about, oh my God, why can't it be free? Why won't you just help me? I'm sorry, the med schools are not helping you with a skill set of medicine that'll pay you, are they? Oh, they are? Oh, okay. Well, if they charge, then why shouldn't I? And yes, I'm helping you, but this should be designed to be a flow, a circulation of value and positive growth energy, not you being a leech and sucking the life out of people because you want everything handed to you. And the funny thing is, you want to get paid, but you don't believe others should feel the same way that you do. And because of that, you created an environment for yourself that will not help you grow. So no, people, mentors, coaches, communities, and events are not going to stop charging because they deserve the money for all of the work that they put into feeding you and nurturing you and your skill set. So feed them back. The law of reciprocity is a real thing. So if you keep being a cheap ass, watch what you get back. Stop equating help with free. Hello, somebody. They are nowhere near the same thing. You pay for everything that's significant and meaningful to you. So grow up and pay for your training. And the only reason that the success secrets are secrets and worthy of a price tag is because you believe it's hard and mysterious to grow your business. If you just did the simple steps, like the ones I teach on this channel, you'd be somewhere, but you don't because of your poo-poo mindset. And that makes it all a mystery to you, not us though. So if you want the help, get effing resourceful, stop crying for a handout. That's what they taught you all about. That's what they thought you were all about anyway. So prove them wrong. Prove that you know your worth and invest in it. Invest in you. Your problem is that you look at this as a cost when it's an investment. And that perspective is going to keep you right where you are, not the price tag. It's the perspective, not the price tag, that's going to keep you where you are. It's the perspective, not the price tag, that's going to keep you right where you are. You have two kids that grew up in the same household, same parents, same experiences, and yet when you ask each one of them about their childhood, they're going to describe it in two different ways. And why is that? Because it's all based on their perspective. So when you look at the fact that you have a lack of money and you decided to start your business, did you do it out of desperation for the money? Or are you doing it because you're like, listen, things need to change, and I'm willing to make all of the necessary changes, including my mindset, so that life can be different for me now. As much work as it's going to take and as long as it's going to take, I'm in. Are you looking at it with that perspective, or are you looking at it with, dang it, every time I try to have something in life, it always gets taken from me. This is unfair. Why can't somebody just give me a break? If I don't make money in this business in the first 30 days, I am out of here. I. This world, this life is not all about just us. It's about everybody that we encounter. It's about being a blessing to circulate the blessing, right? It is about you already existing as a blessing so that you can go out and bless other people. And if they're all doing that too, everybody's getting blessed. You have a gift and you have a calling to be an entrepreneur. Everybody is not setting out to do this, but you have for some reason. And that tells me that there's something about you that is so powerful, that you have a very bright destiny. Why would you not take the time to hone your craft, strengthen your skills, give yourself some patience, give yourself the grace to grow the way that you need to if you plan on being respectable out here in this business, and stop expecting everybody to give more of a damn than you do about your life and your future. And if you haven't looked at it like that, I invite you to step into this perspective as a coach and just take a look for a moment. Take a look at your future self. Take a look at the rich version of you. Would the rich version of you always want somebody to just give you stuff because you can't, you're helpless? Of course not. The rich version of you probably wouldn't even think about those things anymore because you got all the money you need. You see what a difference that is? And the only difference between the rich version of you and whatever the version is that you're living right now is a decision. A decision. That's up here. Decisions form here in the mind. Make a shift in your mindset, and I promise you, you will have a shift in your money. I just found out I'm receiving an unexpected $700. And I was like, oh, snap, this is great. I can use that surge of extra cash, child. Now, for some of you, you're like, what? $700? Oh my gosh, I can so use that $700, child. I'm behind in my bill, child. Blah, blah, blah. And then some of y'all could be like, yeah, $700. That's it. Well, I mean, it's unexpected money on top of the money that I'm already earning. I'll take it. And I see it as a blessing. I don't look at things like, why is this happening to me? Why is this being done to me? Why is this being taken from me? I'm really starting to see things, day by day. I start to see things more in a perspective of abundance. And when you do that, you will be willing to pay. And even when you don't have the money right in front of you, you will find a way to get resourceful. Did you notice, if you go back into the Bible, for my Christian marketers, hello, I'm bringing it back again. If you go back and you read the story about the widow and Elijah, when she goes up to him and she says, oh my gosh, the creditors are coming to take my sons as slaves because I can't pay off my dead husband's debts. Help me. Did Elijah just hand her money? No. You right now as a business owner, you just want people to hand you money in a sense. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying people that have that mentality of, why can't I get this? Why can't I go to this event for free? Why can't I get this ticket for free? Why can't you just give me your course for free? You're going to be making money with other stuff anyway. I'm telling you right now, go back and take a look at this. Because when she said, help me, Elijah did not give her money. He said, what you got? What are you bringing to the table? She had a small bottle of oil in her home. He said, great. You and your sons go gather up, go borrow as many vases as you can. Prayed over the oil. Oil starts pouring, fills up the vases. And what did she do? She basically started a home business. Hallelujah. Okay. I'm serious though. Her home business, because she sold that oil and made the money. See, everybody's not always going to show up in the form of a blessing where stuff is just handed to you. Sometimes people are there to challenge you to step into the greatness and the blessings and the gifts that you already have so that you can produce your own resources, child. You're blessed beyond anything that you'll ever be able to understand. And yet we sit here living the lie that we're nothing, that we got a problem, that people should just be helping us because we're so helpless. Bull. You are so much more than that. And when that woman did exactly what she was told and she filled up those jars, she didn't just have enough to pay the debt. She had more than enough, because that's how our God rolls. Okay. He's always abundant. He's always more than. He's never going to give you just enough. He does exceedingly abundantly above all that you could ever ask or think. And we're sitting up here scared that he's not going to give us the ability to have success in our business. He gave it to her, because not only did she sell all those bottles, make enough money to pay off the debts, but also had so much money left over to live the rest of her life and her son's lives off of that money. It's not always about you just getting stuff for free. It's about being resourceful. And if that ain't a prime example for you, child, I don't know what else to say. But I got to go now because we're up on our hour. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. What is this, Monday? I got to go get ready for the training that I'm doing for all these new entrepreneurs that want to learn how to use the system of tools that I use to grow my own business, and I've been using for the past 5 years. Not only is it a system of tools, but it's also an entrepreneurial community of people who are, you guessed it, having success and are growing their businesses with really cool strategies, things that we like to keep simple, completely uncomplicated. And we teach this stuff every single week. So if you want access to that, make sure to reach out to me on social media. All of my social media information is right there in the description box. Click on it, message me, preferably on Facebook, but you can do Instagram. Message me and let me know you want access into the tools and the community, and I'll be happy to get it for you. Okay. And again, it ain't going to be free. It ain't going to be free. But I will definitely find something that is within your budget to help you get started on your business journey, just like someone did for me. They blessed me, and now I'm going to pay it forward to you. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you back here tomorrow, live at 5.